Thousands of years after fire was discovered, and centuries after people learned to cook meat over open flames, no one could have imagined that one simple idea between two pieces of bread would one day become the symbol of America. This is not just a story about food. It's a story about invention, dreams, war, migration, and how the simplest meal became an icon of modern culture. The year was 1885. In a small town in Wisconsin, two teenage brothers, Charlie and Frank Menches, ran a food stall at the Erie County Fair. They were selling pork sandwiches, grilled over smoky coals, served with a slice of bread. But one hot afternoon, disaster struck. They ran out of pork. The brothers panicked. The crowd was hungry and time was running out. In desperation, they asked the local butcher if he had any meat left. The butcher shrugged and said, "All I have is beef." Beef wasn't popular at fairs. People thought it was tough and tasteless. But with no other option, the brothers took the beef, minced it, seasoned it with salt and pepper, and grilled it between two slices of bread. They called it a hamburger, inspired by Hamburg, Germany, where this style of ground beef was first known. No one knew it yet, but that day, history was made. Word spread quickly. People loved this new kind of sandwich, juicy, smoky, easy to hold, and full of flavor. Within years, the hamburger started showing up at fairs, roadside diners, and small cafes across America. But there was one problem. No one could agree who actually invented it. Some claimed it was Louis Lassen, a Danish immigrant in New Haven, Connecticut, who in 1900 served ground beef between bread to a rushed customer. Others said it was Fletcher Davis from Texas, who cooked a similar sandwich at the St. Louis World's Fair in 1904. Different towns, different names, but one dream: to make food faster, tastier, and more convenient. And that dream matched perfectly with America's spirit of invention. By the 1920s, America was changing. Cars were everywhere. Highways connected cities. People wanted food they could eat on the go. Enter White Castle, founded in 1921. It was the first chain to standardize burgers. Small, square, perfectly cooked, and affordable. White Castle cleaned up the burger's image, from a greasy fair food to a respectable family meal. But that was just the beginning. In 1948, in San Bernardino, California, two brothers named Richard and Maurice McDonald created something revolutionary: a speedy service system. They served burgers, fries, and shakes, fast, cheap, and consistent. And soon, a traveling milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc saw their idea and turned it into a global empire: McDonald's. The burger wasn't just food anymore. It was a lifestyle, a symbol of convenience, innovation, and modern America. By the 1950s and 60s, the burger became part of American identity. It was there in drive-ins, at baseball games, in Hollywood movies. James Dean ate one. Elvis Presley loved them. Families gathered at diners with neon lights glowing through the night. The burger became the taste of freedom, simple, satisfying, and shared by everyone, rich or poor. It traveled with American soldiers during wars, crossed oceans with tourists and businessmen, and soon the whole world was eating American hamburgers. From Tokyo to Paris, From Dhaka to Dubai, the burger became global. But few people know the deeper truth behind its success. The burger's rise was not just about flavor, it was about timing. It arrived when America was changing, from slow living to fast industrial life, from home-cooked meals to factory-made food, from tradition to technology. The burger fit perfectly into this new rhythm. It was quick, cheap, and easy, everything modern life demanded. Yet behind the golden buns and sizzling patties lay stories of immigrants, workers, and dreamers, men and women who built diners, flipped burgers, and chased their slice of the American dream. Today, Americans eat over 50 billion burgers every year. Every second, over 100 burgers are sold somewhere in the country. It's no longer just food. It's nostalgia, business, and culture combined. From gourmet Wagyu burgers to $1 drive-through deals, this humble invention still defines what America tastes like. And maybe that's the real secret behind the burger. It never belonged to one person or one town. It belonged to everyone who took a bite and said, "This is good." So the next time you unwrap a burger, take a moment before the first bite. You're not just eating a meal, you're tasting history. A story that began in a small fair stall over a century ago and went on to conquer the world. Because sometimes the simplest ideas change everything, even a sandwich.